is up, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop, episode 2 of the day. I hope you guys are rocking everything out, having a super rad day. Always encourage that, man. Be motivated, be excited about where you're going. And this video is going to be wrapped right around, there's two, in my opinion, now, there's many different style of resellers. What I mean by that, they sell different things. And of course, there's part-time and there's full-time. This is going to be more for the full-time reseller, or for someone that wants to be a full-time reseller. And my firm belief is there's two types of full-time resellers, okay? And this is how I'm going to break it down. There's winners and there's quitters. And the reason I say that, because it's both a choice. And saying that, I want you to think about which one do you want to be. Right? Because after now reselling, going into my 5th year or working up to 5 years this year, I could have been a quitter many of times, right? And I don't say loser because people take that offensive a lot, right? If you failed on eBay, you quit, right? That's just the bottom line. You quit. You just quit. There's no such thing as eBay's failed you. That don't happen, right? Now, every reseller to start out with has the same opportunity as the next reseller. You put 1,000 resellers right next to each other. Everyone's got the same opportunity. You're able to list the same 250 items the next person lists. Now, you're going to come up to some challenges throughout your reselling journey. And the quitters, either a few things happen. Either you get to some struggles that you don't want to face, and you walk away, and you just give up, which happens a lot. Right? I believe that happens a lot. Or you're putting expectations on unrealistic expectations into your own abilities too fast. You know what I mean? You're not patient. Otherwise, you're saying, in 90 days, I'm going to be able to quit my 9 to 5. In 60 days, I'm going to be able to quit your 9 to 5. Like I strongly encourage you, if that's your perspective, it's cool if it's giving you drive, but don't really do that. Don't really quit your 9 to 5 after 60 days, because I'm highly doubting you're going to be profitable enough in 60 days to walk off your 9 to 5. Okay, that's not discouraging you not to do it. Now, here's a couple things that the winner does. The winner, don't quit when times get tough. The winner, don't quit when you have no inventory. The winner doesn't quit when they're getting no sales. Matter of fact, instead of when they're not getting sales, what do? They freaking work harder. Right? They figure out something. They write. What does a winner do? A winner writes down some goals and goes after it. Right? And they look at their goals not once a year. They look at their goals daily to see what direction they're headed in. A winner never gives up. That's the only difference from a winner and a quitter. A quitter gives up. That's it. Because listen, it might take you 10 years to get to where you want to get to on eBay. So fucking what, man? I was just talking to my fiance on the way home of, what I think the difference is in entrepreneurs who actually make it and those that give up. Because I don't believe they failed. I mean, you didn't fail, man. You hit the same obstacle another reseller hit, and that reseller got through it. Why didn't you get through it, right? You just couldn't stomach it. Something, you didn't want to manifest the energy into it to work through the problem, to resolve the problem, whatever that might be, right? The great mantra of this whole video that I'm talking about is there's winners and there's quitters, is it's true. So you get to decide which one you're going to be, right? Have you yet decided which one? Because here's what's going to happen. If you haven't decided which one you're going to be, you're going to give up at any challenge that happens to you. You're not going to have enough strong. This is exactly why I told my fiance, look, I don't know the results I'm going to get off eBay from the get, but this is something I'm never going to give up on. I've gave up on everything else in my life, right? I got piss poor results like that. I gave up. I'd go work for a company. I'd get comfortable. I'd figure out the least amount of work I had to do not to get fired and still get a paycheck. And that's what I did, right? That's giving up. I show up my first 90 days at a job, and I give it my all. On day 91, I figured out the system. I figured where I could slack. I figured where I could not show up to work for a half hour early and be all right, and all this, and get an extra 30 minutes of sleep. Flippy shit, what's that do for you anyways? Right? An extra 30 minutes of sleep is not going to make or break your day, right? It's not going to. So I figured everything out. But what that was a quitter mentality. It was a quitter attitude I had. So you're either one or the other. And it don't matter, even if you are a part-time reseller, you're either winning at it or you're gonna quit at it. There's no ins in betweens, right? There's no other way you can actually really look at it. It's facts. You are either going to win, which is making a profit on eBay, or a challenge is going to come up that it's going to be too stressful for you and you're going to quit because you don't want to face that challenge head on. Instead, you just want to fold up doors and say, yeah, eBay just sucks, right? So here's my encouragement today. If you haven't chosen which one you're going to be yet, choose it now, right? Choose it tonight. Why not be a winner? Why not win on eBay? Right? Again, there's two types of people on eBay: the quitter and the winner, right? And the average reseller, after statistics in 2022, the average reseller on eBay does $35,000 a year. That's pretty fucking good, right? Right from your own home. I know a lot of people that ain't making that much money per year at their 9 to 5. That's the average. There are some elite resellers doing some staggering numbers, okay? There are some out there. And those ones are the ones that I'm more talking about that's winning. The winner don't quit when something gets tough. They figure out a solution for it. They sleep on it. They get back up and they go at the grind, right? Another firm I believe in the quitter, is you're going to be able to do something. You're going to really be able to go hard at this for a year, and then everything's just going to pan itself out, and you're just going to be able to make profit, and you won't have to work as hard. False. The bigger you get, the harder you're going to have to work. Now, you might build up some systems where you get more efficient. Hopefully you do, right? Where you get more efficient. It might not take you as much time as it used to take you. Yes, that'll happen for you, right? But instead of finding more lazy time to be lazy, you should be implementing that time that you're saving into getting more items up, into searching for more inventory, right? One of the hardest things for people to do when it comes to reselling is find enough inventory, right? That's usually the hardest thing, right? And figure out, I believe, how money flows. How to keep making it grow. It's sitting in your fucking bank account. And I'm not telling you not to have a security thing, but it's not making your fucking money grow. I don't care what percentage they're telling you. It's depreciating by 10 times that amount every single fucking day. So the banks are big liars and crooks, and I don't even know how the fuck they got away with what they do for as long as they did. Other than most of them are federally backed. Right? That says a lot about our government, but anyways, let's not go there. But yeah, so you're going to either be one or the other. You could really quit trying to figure out if you can make it or not. Just challenge yourself. Tell yourself. Now, that's if you want to win. If you want to quit, man, just then fucking quit. Whatever. That's your choice. I'm not mad at you. That's your choice. It's your decision. Right? I don't look at you no different if you say, hey, this ain't for me. I ain't going to do it. But do you know how many times I had that thought, but I just kept going and the results kept getting better? The results don't get better. Here's what results come with quitting. Same you've been getting all your life. Because if you're going to quit at this, more likely you quit at everything else in your life. Now, I'm not saying that always to be true. Most people start a small business and their first 4 or 5 business ideas don't cut it. Don't cut it. It's not till the 5th. And I don't think it's the ideas they had. I think it's the lack of knowledge they had throughout them first 4 businesses that it took them to get to the 5th one to finally something struck. And they're like, okay, this is how it works, right? They went through 4 different businesses and it fucked up everywhere. And hopefully they learn from them so their 5th business actually takes off and does something, right? Now, reselling, your first year might suck. Your second year might suck. Your 10th year might suck. It doesn't... Look, you're winning if you're not quitting. Bottom line. If you quit, you lost. It's over. Game over. You'll never get the results you thought you might get if you quit. So my personal opinion is, which one do you want to be? What reseller do you want to be? Do you want to be the quitter or do you want to be the winner? I strongly encourage you to be the winner. You're going to get better results from winning. Now, I'm not saying every day you're going to win. That's another thing. I think a lot of times we get caught up on thinking like, every day I put in 20 items, my sales should be going up every day. No, that's not the case. It might not go up for a month, man. It might not go up for two months. The biggest thing people lack, I believe, when it comes to reselling is patience. The average reseller is doing $35,000 a year on eBay. Right? How much time do you think that person that's making $35,000 a year is actually putting into eBay? I can guarantee they're not putting a full 8-hour day in. I can almost guarantee that. Right? I think I could do $35,000 in a year with 2 hours a day on eBay. And then I got 22 extra hours to do whatever the fuck I want to do. right? 2 hours a day, I believe you can make that kind of money. 3 pushing it. If you don't know nothing, no. If you're new to the platform, don't get it misconstrued. This is somebody that's experienced. If you're new to the platform, you're not probably going to do $35,000 for yourself in with 2 hours a day. I don't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Right. But I think our first year was around 32 or 33,000, and I was doing that on the side. So no, I was not doing it 8 hours a day. It might have been 4, it might have been 6, because I was working my 9 to 5, 8 to 10 hour a day job, which was an hour commute both ways, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on which cemetery we were cutting. And by the time I got home, or before I got home, I was stopping at the thrift store, buying items, going home, prepping them, doing the photos, and listing them. Sometimes I didn't get to bed till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, doing that all over again, right? That's what it took me, right? I had a weird schedule. There was an exact punch-in time every day, but the day might go till 4:30, or the day might go to 8:30, depending. We're on lawnmowers cutting 80-acre cemeteries. Some days, some accounts were bigger than other accounts, and some accounts needed to be done that day, so we had to pull overtime, right? So there was no exact exit time where it was, okay, it's 4:30, you're done. So it was hard for me to set up a schedule, but it still worked, right? So I ask you guys this tonight, which one do you choose to be? Do you want to be the winner, or do you want to be the quitter? Because I don't want to say loser, because then people start thinking you're saying them as a human being is a loser. That don't mean you're a loser. It just means you quit, dude. That's all it is. Like, if you don't make it, it's not because the opportunity wasn't there for you. It's because you just gave up. That's it. It don't make you a loser. It just makes you a quitter in life, right? So try to get over that quitting shit, right? Because that the only satisfaction that gives you is excuses of why you didn't make it, right? Quitters make excuses. Winners don't make excuses. Winners execute. Quitters quit. Bottom line, that's the end of the story tonight. It's your boy Flippin' Stoop. You guys have a rocking evening.